Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with another Sort My Stash 2024 video, and this is part 20. And it's also the third part of my 4 parts that's containing ice yarns. Yeah, and as always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And today, this mug of tea is just a classic, good old Earl Grey with a tiny flavor of a bergamot. So nothing fancy, it's just a comfy Earl Grey. And of course, I have a bunch of yarns next to me in a box. They fit nicely into this box, which is kind of wider in the box. Because yeah, I don't have a fancy yarn rack. I simply don't have the room to have one of those. But I do have a bunch of boxes stashed up here and there in the house. And yeah, I thought we should go through all these yarns together. So before we do that, I am going to flip this camera around and give you a sneak peek of the yarns that we are going to go through. But I can tell you there is lots of natural colored yarns here, in the sense of earth wipes, earth tones, also some greens, but generally there is a really good wipe. So yeah, let's go through these yarns. My box of ice yarns. Absolutely bunch of gorgeous yarns, plenty of natural colors in between. Looking forward to go through them all with you. I really hope that you enjoyed the quick sneak preview of the yarns, and let's basically start somewhere. And I actually thought I had 2 of these green, because this is a mixed box of green, and I wonder where the last one is. I really thought I had 2 greens. I don't know where it is. I know it's there because I didn't use it, but I probably have it in a box somewhere else. I do apologize. But the thought that matters, it's a sale plain mixed lot. It's a mixture of white and green, and it is 75561. The green in here is a really solid green, and these yarns are from the same. It's just, you know, they don't have the green. I think the bag broke, but it just doesn't make sense that I don't keep the green together. Well, it's what it is. I used this white for a baby blanket I made a while back. And it's a nice soft white, except for that there's not much else to say about it. They are 150 gram skeins, all of them. There isn't a known yardage on them. They're all 100% acrylic. I generally say it's a DK weight yarn. And currently no plans for this yarn. It's just laying. I do have so much whites that I don't know if I should start giving the white away or what I should do, but I have way too much white, that's for sure. I don't really have plans for it, at least not currently. Let's see, what should we do next? This one actually would seem like a logic choice, though it's a little bit broken, but here is the Lana Bella, and I am going to open it and take out one. There are 4 skeins in this pack. Ice yarn sell them per packs or as a lot, and the Lana Bella is sold in quantities of 4 per pack. So when you buy the Lana Bella, you always buy 4 skeins. You can buy 4, 8, 12, 16, etc., depending of course of how many packs they also have on stock. Ice yarns, a Lana Bella here. It is a DK weight yarn, but it's also a roving style, which you can easily see here. Looking at the yarns, this is well an end, but you can see that it is a roving styled yarn. And I think it's a gorgeous iced colored yarn, like these teal turquoise yarns. As always, Lana Bella, they do have these. It's also called Lana Bella Turquoise. The number here is 58141, and they are still being sold actively on ice. So if you want this yarn, you can get it on ice by entering that code. They are similar to Yarn Arts Ambience yarns. I would not be surprised if they are indeed the same yarns. I do believe I have the opportunity to make a comparison, so you will have that coming up in a later video sometime this year. I'm not daring to say when, because of course I need to have time to record it and everything. The Lana Bella yarn here is 30% wool and 70% acrylic, which means basically that that it is a woolen friendly one. So I can imagine this being amazing for hats, scarves, or fingerless gloves, headbands, but also just a really nice cozy sweater, definitely. 100 grams gains, so that's 3.5 ounces to 250 meters of yarn. 250 meters of yarn is about 270 to 275-ish or so yards. 3-weight yarn. As always with ice yarn, it is washed at 30 degrees Celsius, so that's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not iron, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, lay flat to dry. I do believe they might be able to be dry cleaned, but generally be gentle. And why not be gentle? Because it is your garments that you spend so much time with your hands doing. Therefore, yes, do be gentle with your yarn. Amazing yarn. Looking forward to use this yarn probably, and it could also be good for, like, I think this yarn would also be great for the bolero I have. If you, let's see, what I'm gonna do is at the very end of this video, I'm posting a link to the Barbara bolero, which I made a tutorial of about almost 2 years ago. But I made a tutorial for an absolutely gorgeous bolero, and this yarn could be a perfect option if you want a more colorful bolero. So at the very end of this video, up in that corner or down in that corner, there will be a link to that tutorial should you be interested. Of suggestions as to what you could use the Lana Bella yarns, or for that sake the Yarn Up Ambience to work up. Then I also have, let's see, I have 2 times 2 cakes of this. And this, let me see if I have one that's easier to open than the other. This one probably. They're a little bit squished and funky, but what is that I actually made a comparison video this spring between this cake and another yarn in my stash, and I think they're more or less the same. And that comparison video, if I'm really good, you can find it just right up here. There's a link somewhere up there, and of course I'll link to the video at the very end, of course, as well, of this video. It is Sales Cake Yarn. That is basically the name of it. Look, Sale Cake Yarn. 150 gram cakes so that is, well, what would that be in ounces? 3.5 ounces is 100. 5 point some odd ounces to 495 meters. 495 meters, like 550 yards. It is 50% mohair, 35% acrylic, and 40% polyester, with a metallic lurex as well, 10%. Gorgeous yarn, definitely enough here to make a sweater or a shawl or a scarf or whatnot. And probably that's gonna end up being my plans for this yarn. As said, I have it in my stash for now. And I got it for a really good price. I think I paid, like, I don't know, €2 maybe per cake at best. It was a good deal. It was a really good deal. Yeah. Then I have more natural colored yarns. I have, and these were a sales yarn. I have 3 packs. I believe I emptied what was. Let's see, this one looks like I might have had that one open at some stage. I basically emptied everything they had in storage and got what they had left. It's 130 grams, so that's a bit odd. Weight wise, 130 grams, what would that be? Very close to 5 ounces ish. Yeah, approximately 5 ounces of yarn here. It's called a sail self-striping. Basically, it's a sails yarn. It has not a specific name brand. It's reasonably soft for a sails yarn, for an acrylic yarn, because it is 100% acrylic. For these 130 grams, you do get 200 meters of yarn, so that's like 220-ish ounces. I would say it's a DK towards Aran. It's a thicker DK yarn, maybe 4 weight. Yeah, 4 weight. Weight wise, I would say it's a 4 weight. It's a quite dense, like when you press on it, it's a reasonably dense acrylic, and it is 100% acrylic. And it's basically saying brown, orange, and white, which is true, and that's pretty much it. The same regular yarn specs when it comes to washing instructions, etc. is the same. So the 30 degrees, 85 degrees Fahrenheit, etc. I'm not going to repeat myself so many times, but that is what you get here. And yeah, I have 9 of them. Not sure what I'm going to make of them, to be honest. It could become a cardigan, maybe, or I might end up just, I don't know. No plans, to be honest, for this particular yarn. And I should have plans for it, but I don't. Then the next yarn I bought because I thought it looked amazing. And I still hold on a bit to it, but I'm not really sure why, because it didn't feel as amazing as it sounded and looked. But that's a personal opinion, but here we have it. Isn't it it is gorgeous. No doubt, gorgeous colors. It's named Magic Anti-Pilling. So it is an anti-pilling acrylic. And I am gonna take out one for you. But the thing is, it's not as soft as I thought it would have been. It's a kind of rough texture, and it's like sort of chain spun. Let's see if I can actually get enough light. I'll zoom on this to show. But it's chain spun. It's not twined together. It's more like spun together with a bit of air in between. And then yet, not completely, because I can untwine it. It's just sort of, I'm not really sure what to say, but it's both sort of chain spun and then twined it together. It's a bit funny structure. But it is 100% premium acrylic. Not complaining about that. 250 grams, so 275-ish yards. 4 weight. They recommend 4 to 5 millimeter needles. All the same washing instructions, 30 degrees, so 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not iron, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, leave flat to dry, etc. And Magic Anti-Pilling. And yes, you can still buy them on ice, as far as I know. They are number 78388. And I do believe that Papatia has a yarn named Cottonish, which seems to be the same as this. So I'll get back to you with a review on that yarn in a later video. Because I happen to have both, and I'm feeling quite confident that they are likely the same yarns. Let's see, what else do we have in this absolutely amazing bag of yarns? We have a cake yarn. And it's an Angora cake, though I'm not sure if there's actual Angora in it. There used to be 2 cakes. I gave one away. It's named 61380. But yes, as I said, I gave one away at some stage. These cakes, I'm quite sure, as again, Papatia has some yarns. They are similar to these. I would not be surprised otherwise. This one definitely has a factory smell though. 30 degrees Celsius. Whoops. Cakes Angora is the name of this. 200 grams. So this is 7 ounces to 1100 meters. So that is like 1200 and a bit more than 1200 yards. Wow. Can make an amazing shawl or scarf. It's a fine weight yarn. And they recommend 3mm needles. And yes, it is a fine weight yarn. We have a little bit popping up here to give you an idea of the yarn weight here. If I can actually maybe hold my finger slightly ever so much against it. Not much. Not easy. But it is a reasonably thin yarn, which is fussy because obviously it has some wool in it. The contents and yarn specs of this, let's do it like this, then the colors are better, is 20% Angora, 20% wool, and 60% acrylic. That's the yarn specs of this one, my ladies and gentlemen. And I have one more, which is the same specs. So we're not going to go through those. Again, it's 30 degrees wash. Everything else is the same. I think I just used the same yarn specs for all of the yarns. Haven't yet came across a nice yarns where that's not the case. Don't ask me how, what, and why. Again, Papatia has similar cakes, but this one is a blue. I gave the other blue away. I don't remember when, but probably in a giveaway. Actually, I realized here you don't have the number on it, but I can tell you it is, or was, 61238 Angora's blue. Again, gorgeous cakes. Absolutely gorgeous cakes. Then we have, yes, we have some very, very nice yarns that I'm really looking forward to work with when I get the opportunity. I have 2 bags, and there are 4 in each. And it is the one that's called Jacquard Cotton Light, and it is 78537. And it's an absolutely gorgeous yarn where from this I want to make a summer top. And I think it's lovely colors as well on the yarn. And I do remember right, I really enjoyed the feeling of this. Yes, I do. Oh my goodness, it's so awesome and gorgeous. Look at this. Look at the colors. Whoop, whoop. Isn't it gorgeous? I would say so. Definitely say so. Let's see, the Jacquard cotton is a lightweight yarn, so a DK weight yarn. 3 to 4 millimeters is what they recommend needle-wise. 100 grams in these cakes to 325 meters. So 3.5 ounces to 350-ish yards. They are 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. That is the breakdowns of these. Washing instructions, the same as all other ice yarns. We are kind of getting used to it. But isn't this gorgeous? And I think it would be a really, really nice summer top t-shirt. Maybe, depending on how much I have. I would probably start doing tops and then like tank top like, and then see if there would be enough for a sweater, or maybe even make it like with a short sleeved version. Raglan style. Not decided on a pattern yet, but this is definitely gonna be a piece of gorgeous garment, and the feeling is ever so nice and soft. The acrylic brings softness to this cotton. Don't underestimate it. So it has the natural fiber, yet a little bit of softness from the acrylic. Yeah, then we have a few left. We are actually getting closer and closer to the end here. What we have is some Cakes Rainbow left in this bag or crate, and that's all the ice yarns I have this time around. But yeah, let's quickly grab something to drink, and then I'll go through the Cakes Rainbow that I have in my stash. And the Cakes Rainbow, if you look up at the numbers, you will still be able to find them on ice, at least that is if they have them in stock. I have I have 4 packs, but I have 3 different colors, so we'll take them one by one. They are sold in packs of 4. And this pack is the one that's called Cakes Rainbow, and they for some reason call them white, but I'm not agreeing on that. It is 76785, and it is a quite thin yarn actually. It is 1 weight, or 2 weights, 4 weight, but it is a thin yarn, and it's roving style, and it's freaking gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Look at the shades of this yarn and look at how it shines. Yes, similar to Hobby's Universe yarn, except there are no lurex thread going through this. 100-gram cakes, so 3.5 ounce cakes. And for those, you get 400 meters of yarn. 400 meters of yarn is like 440 yards, a bit less, but very close to 440 yards per cake. So it is a very fine yarn and a very fine. So my idea originally, at least for this, is shawls. Probably I have a few shawls that I think they could work up really nice, but you could probably also make sweaters, etc. It's gonna be lightweight garment, or something very lazy for sure. Same washing instructions as always, and it's a premium acrylic, 100% premium acrylic. So it's just 100% nice cake. White salmon shades to this sort of olive greens. I think it's gorgeous. This is the first one I got from the rainbows. And I remember the feeling of this yarn, and I was like, yes. And that's why I got more. But of course, the yarn I really wanted to get was sold out. And then I had to wait for a bit, and I did. And the result was that I got some of the yarns that I really wanted. So one of the yarns that I really wanted were these natural colored ones. And I got 2 of them. Oops, and one bag is broken. But this one says 78565, and it's called just Cakes Rainbow. But I'm going to show you that I actually do have the second one, which is broken. But I'm gonna take this one out and show you up the yarn close. Look at this green and brown and sand shades. This, my friends. And the same yarn specs, of course, as all others. I want a sweater or something like that from this. Cardigan, poncho. I'm not really sure exactly what, but garment of some kind. I think this is nice. And color-wise, it's not really the best light today. But it does sort of matches my eyes a bit, if I had the right light for it. They're really... on my hair. It complements me well. At least I think so. It's so gorgeous. And then I only have one left, and that is also very, very gorgeous actually, because that contains purples and salmon colors. And I'm gonna take out one of those as well. I think they were on sale when I got this one. And I think it's gorgeous. And then I was like, yeah, no, have to buy. Look at these colors. Purple, gray, and salmon. Have different colors on the other side, maybe. Kind of depends on how it's wound up, right? Or a different cake. You can see they are wound up differently, which is okay. It's not, for me, that's not super important. What I'm gonna do just quickly for you to give the pleasure is I am gonna show you the 3 cakes together. So you can see the differences in them. Where these two, they are very similar, I realize now. but the salmon can go very well with the salmon here. So somehow you could probably even combine them all in a way if you really, really wanted to. But you can see how it shines. That's what you get from a lovely roving premium acrylic. And it feels gorgeous. It feels ever so soft. This is a nice soft feeling of yarn. Looking forward to work with this. That was it this time around. I hope you really enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like and everything that it's down there. Hit up the notifications if you want to be notified whenever I do post new videos. Another ice yarn sort my stash video is gonna come out next week, and yeah, just here we have more related to the ice yarns as mentioned earlier in this video. That's it for now. I'm going to say take care and happy crafting. Bye.